And there's really three categories of information out there. One of them is the system itself, what I call the larger consciousness system. And that's just kind of the, the daddy system, the source system of which we're a piece. Then there are IUOCs, individuated units of consciousness, like we are, okay, and we're logged on to these bodies. And when you log on in a totally immersive way, you begin to identify yourself as your avatar. In other words, if you play an elf, well, you can always get up, go make a sandwich, put your elf on hold, you come back. You don't identify but so much with your elf because you're still different than your elf. But if you are immersed in that game with that elf 100%, you don't take a break to eat or to go to the bathroom or anything. You are only experiencing what your character experiences. You see, what your avatar experiences. That is the sum total and complete whole of your experience. You begin to believe that you are that elf. Well, you see, that's the way we are. We are immersed. It's an immersive game. We've logged on. So I am a consciousness. I've logged on this body. And I feel like that this body is really me because it's an immersive thing. So you identify with it, but that you're not the body, you're the consciousness.
It's almost like a funnel, isn't it? You're funneled through where the greater part of you is at the top of the funnel, and you're then brought down to this much lower level version of what you truly are.
Yeah, exactly. And the way that works is that you have this individuated unit of consciousness, and it is your higher self, is another way of saying it. It's kind of your main subset of consciousness. That's you as consciousness. And the way it works is that it takes a piece of itself. Remember, this is information. Think information system. So it partitions off a piece of itself, and that piece of itself, it logs in to this virtual reality game, as Tom Campbell say, or Joe Smith. It logs in, and it then has to learn how to interpret the data stream it gets. See, when you're playing an elf, you're getting a data stream from a computer, and that data stream tells you what that elf can do. And the data stream has rules. Your elf can't fly. Your elf can't run but so fast. Your elf can be hurt and killed. It has all these rules that then you have to abide by. You see, so you are now playing an avatar, and the avatar has rules. The whole point of the game is that you make choices. You make choices. So you, playing an elf, make all the elf's choices for him. You decide whether to fight or whether to run, or whether to walk, or whether to go in a building or not go in a building. All the choices are yours, the consciousness.
But where's my free will as the elf?
Okay, the elf it doesn't exist. The elf is just ones and zeros. The elf is not conscious. You're its consciousness. You have free will as consciousness to make choices for the elf. So
even though there's a greater part of me controlling.
No, the other part's not controlling. It partitions off a part of itself. That part logs on and plays the game.
In a cut down version of itself.
Yeah, it takes just a piece. That piece then is playing the game. Okay, now what it does, the IUOC, individual unit of consciousness, it's the collector of these experiences. So you play this elf, and just like any other game, your elf eventually dies, and the game's over. Well, there's a purpose for this game. The purpose is that the consciousness is also evolving. Consciousness is an evolving information system. It evolves through its experience, through the quality of its choices. So when an avatar dies, then that I call it the free will awareness unit. That's the chunk that you partition off that plays the elf. That free will awareness unit now returns back, the partition's taken down, it returns back to the IOC, and then another free will awareness unit plays another avatar. So this experience is collected because it takes a lot of experience to do what the purpose is here, which is to evolve the quality of your consciousness. Your consciousness. You are an individual unit of consciousness, and you have part of yourself, a free will awareness unit, out in this game. But as consciousness, as this free will awareness unit that's logged on to this avatar, this computed avatar, you still are consciousness. You can still communicate and connect and explore all of consciousness, because your consciousness is your home. Consciousness is your playground.